Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast, where we unlock the power within and navigate the journey of your self-discovery together. I'm Shaz, your spiritual mentor and life coach, here to help you tap into your inner guidance system and manifest your best life. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or looking to deepen your practice, this podcast offers insights, techniques, and inspiration to elevate your consciousness and transform your reality. Get ready to shine your light and embrace your true potential. Remember, the answers are inside you. Let me be your guide on earth. Today I want to talk to you about something that almost everyone experiences through their spiritual awakening, but very few people actually talk about it openly. That's loneliness. As you start to awaken and your awareness shifts, you start to realize that you're surrounded by people that are no longer aligned with what you think, and certainly those people that you will no longer tolerate their behavior, their actions, or the way they treat you. And that means things you dismissed or missed before become things that you will not put up with. And you find your voice, and in finding your voice, you lose friends, you lose family, you lose those people that have treated you like a doormat, that you've been there to people please, that you have become their scapegoat. And that's really hard when you find that voice say stop and no longer put up with that. It also changes conversations, things that would normally be okay. I know when I went through my spiritual awakening, I was always sort of there for the conversations about other people and listening to people pick on each other and somewhat bullying sort of things. Not really overly participating, but sometimes you get back into it. But the more I awaken, the more I become aware of who I am and how I want to be in this life, the more I realize that those conversations were not conversations I wanted to partake in. The problem is the people around you don't get it. They don't understand. They don't see the lens you look through the world through anymore. They don't see the world the way that you do. And they don't see the pain and the hurt that those types of conversations and those starts of thoughts and feelings create in your own well-being and in the world around you. So that awareness that starts shifting, your world feels very, very different. Things that used to even excite you no longer hold the same level of excitement. They no longer hold your attention. And other things that you wouldn't have thought you would find fascinating or important or mattered take over, and they truly matter. You go down rabbit holes. You want to investigate it. You want to try new things. You want to level up and become who you want to be. And just because the current people in your life don't recognize it, don't align with it, doesn't make them bad people or make you any different than what you are. It just means that those cycles, those relationships, friendships, or connections have completed that cycle. You've outgrown them. You start to walk a different path. They won't understand it. You won't understand it at first, but you can't help yourself but walk it. This conversation is for you if you are in that stage where you are realizing that the people around you no longer vibe with where you want to be. One of my favorite quotes, and it's something that changed me so immeasurably inside, is you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You want to put yourself in rooms with better people, more aligned, that think the way you do, that show up the way you do, that feel the way you do. This is where your life changes. You create new hobbies, you create new fun things, you have better conversations. And from that, you will find tribes and bucket loads of new people that think and feel the same. Awakening changes our relationships. It doesn't matter who they're with, whether that's with family, with friends, with lovers, with workmates, with colleagues. It will change your relationship because, as I said, one of the things that happens is people treat you the way you tolerate being treated. And as you awaken and realize your worth, your value, your acceptance of bad behavior alters. It doesn't stop them from doing the bad behavior. It's just the way you react to it and the way you say, no, I will not allow that anymore. And they can't understand it. That's on them, not on you. You are going to vibrate outside of relationships in your life as you go through the awakening process. It is a foregone conclusion. They have the choice to rise with you, to alter their behavior, to become better, and to give you the worth and value that you deserve, or you will cut them off. And you'll do it for your own sanity. One of the hardest things was walking away from my mother when I was 30 because of all the bad behavior, all the horrible things that used to be said and done to me that I would forgive time and time again because I wanted her to love me. I wanted her to see me and accept me for who I am. But the more I grew and loved myself, the more I saw who I was and the more I decided who I wanted to be, not the model that she was trying to make me into a mirror image of herself, but me, the more I would no longer tolerate the disrespect. Very recently, a person said on a podcast, and it just hit home in so many ways, that anger is your body system and your mind system to total disrespect. Thankfully, these days, I don't get angry very often. I did recently with a friend that was a very close friend, but I can't be around them anymore due to simple disrespect. Things they say and do make me so angry because I don't allow anyone to do that. Because that's my boundary. That is my rule for life. You treat me the way I want and deserve and the way I demand, or I won't have you in my life anymore. And yes, it can be lonely as you lose friends because you become a bit isolated. But this is where the loneliness needs to take a little bit of a back seat, because during your awakening period, the best friend you need to make during this time specifically is with yourself. Your greater understanding of who you are, the reclamation of your identity, the claim of who you want to be. What rules do you have? What stature do you want to rise to? Who are you becoming? And learn to love that person. Spend quality time with them, understanding it. Asking yourself the hard questions. During an awakening period, your best friend needs to be your journal. It's where you can have two-way conversations with yourself, quite at ease. Nowadays, with ChatGPT and other AI programs, you can have those conversations and treat that like your journal entries and get it to ask you the hard questions so you can uncover who you really are. How is it you want the world to see you, not how are you showing up right now? What are the triggers teaching you for what's happening around you? Okay, when someone says or does something and it makes you angry, it's because your soul is being disrespected. And a lot of the time, our consciousness is not always caught up with our soul. And yes, this is where we start asking different questions about life. Is it me or is it them? Is this something that I have to put up with? Is this something that I have to allow? And no, you never do. Part of the awakening process is realizing you can say no. Stop being that people pleaser, that doormat, that victim in life. You shift into the powerful version of yourself that demands equality, respect, understanding, and appreciation. Thanks and gratitude become massive parts of your life. You shift through a different identity of where you appreciate everyone for who and what they are, how they show up, and especially yourself. You realize the effort that you put into life, what you give to other people, and how it is you want to show up and be recognized by those people in the world, whether that is our closest friendships. The more I awakened, the more I could no longer do jobs for other people that didn't respect who I was, that made demands on me that went against my consciousness, my morals, or my belief in this world, that wanted me to do things that were outside of what I believed about the world in itself. These versions of you are hidden until that awakening process, but once they do rise up, they have very loud voices. You will see dishonor and disrespect in the world, and once where you may have stayed quiet, you will no longer do so. You will find your voice to support other people long before you find it to support yourself. But once you find it to support yourself, my God, you will never, ever go back. Because that identity who stayed small, who put up with everything to make peace, that peacemaker who said nothing in order not to disrupt the friendship, not to upset the apple cart or to shift the boat, finally finds their voice and says, you know what? That's not my problem, that's yours. I will not tolerate that. It's called a boundary. 80% of the world don't like it. It's not your problem. You have to become you. And as you awaken spiritually, that person is kind, compassionate, giving, loving, caring, uplifting, inspiring, magical. They are creators. They do things. They see good in the world and they want to give out more. And they don't accept people that don't. You will not be able to sit there for conversations with people that sit there and want to stay in blame or victimology of this happens to me. They so-and-so did this to me, or I have no control. You are the driver of your life. You are in the driver's seat. You have control each and every day. You can get out of bed or you can stay in bed. You can go to work or you can choose not to. If you don't like your environment, the biggest control power that you have is to change it. There is nothing set in concrete so hard that you cannot alter it. And trust me, so many people have excuses for that. I was the master of them. I can't do this because I don't have any money. I can't do that because I'm not good enough for it. I can't become this because nobody will want it. But do the work, show up as you are, and the rest will come. You can manifest anything you want if you just ask for it. If you are unhappy in your environment, change it. It can be simple as moving things around and dusting them can energetically set a new vibe. The one thing you have to realize is that nothing happens overnight. It's not instantaneous like a magic wand from the fairy godmother and all of a sudden you're dressed for the ball. It takes time, it takes effort, but concerted and concentrated effort on focusing on what you want and giving yourself no other option but to achieve it. And trust me, the world will change. Your direction will change. Your purpose will change. You'll start to question, is there something wrong with you because you won't settle for mediocrity anymore? You'll demand greatness of yourself and others in your life. And that's what we're supposed to do. That is what a sovereign being is. Someone that says, I am acceptable and I'm willing to receive everything that I desire. That is for the greatest good and the highest respect of myself, my soul, and the people I choose in my life for it. It's not to take off other people. It's not to steal from others. There is more abundance and availability of energy in this world than anything. It is about being the best version of you to attract what you desire. It's called evolution. Growth is truly uncomfortable. And let me tell you, you break down, you shed, you break free, you smash the old identities away. You can hit rock bottom, but when you rise up, You never carry the baggage or the old identities or the crap with you. It gets left behind. There's a big difference between loneliness and solitude. Most people don't even know the difference. They consider them the same thing. But loneliness feels like there's something missing. You are trying to feel something outside of yourself. You want someone to love you. You want someone to see you. You want someone else to feel that emptiness. But solitude is where you realize everything you need, everything in the world lives within you. You have to give it to yourself first. And that starts with love. It's where you reconnect to yourself, uncover who you are, find your identities or your archetypes or the version of you that you want to be. It's where you realize you have passion and joy and love and excitement for things you've never given yourself permission to go out and do. It's where we change careers 50 years down the track because I always wanted to be something and never gave myself a chance to be it. It's where you stop allowing other people to tell you you can't be something or someone. You hear your own thoughts clearly. You trust your intuition because it's so strong inside of you. The greatest part about intuition and the inner self and the sovereign aspects of your soul, you'll never desire to be something that you can never achieve because your soul will never set yourself up for failure. It just doesn't do that. That failure you feel or felt is you going against the grain of what your soul really wants. Quietness, isolation provides clarity. It gives you deeper insights and space to listen to your inner voice, not the outside noise, not the external world, not mum's opinion, not your husband's opinion or your wife's opinion or your partner, whoever they may be. Nobody else but yourself. And as you awaken, you realize you need to give yourself time and space to experience this. Because if you don't, they'll do it for you. Do not allow your body to break down in order to force an awakening experience. These are aspects of the dark night of the soul, where everything has to shut down, where you have to go within and you have to excuse yourself from reality in order to find the answers that you're seeking. There are easier ways. Journaling gives you insights. A spiritual coach or a psychic medium or someone to help you uncover those aspects will ease the pathway. This is the whole reason I got into doing what I'm doing, because I watched so many people go through the harshness of it by not asking the right questions, not uncovering the inner aspects and the power that lies within, of being so disconnected from themselves that when you look at their energy, their soul is outside their body. It's non-functioning, it's non-conducive of good quality life. That deeper connection that you crave instead of surface level interactions, you become magnetic when you align with that. And you're the only one that can. Your vibration, your frequency, your beliefs, your values keep you aligned and attracted to the same type of people. As you awaken, you alter them. You learn, you explore, expand your mind, and you connect to things so far outside of yourself, they manifest within and you become that too. Synchronicities happen daily. Signs are put in your place constantly. Good advice comes and finds you. These are aspects of the awakening that you hear either internally, intuitively, or from external sources. You turn on the TV and the person that's having whatever dialogue they're having will be the exact answer to a question that you asked 3 seconds ago. This is the awakening of your soul and the greater connection of the God source energy that lies within you. Everyone has it. Everyone. Every single soul on this earth, human, animal, instinct, everything is connected back to God. We shut ourselves off from the power source constantly, and when you awaken, it's like plugging yourself back in. Yes, it can be lonely. Yes, you will isolate, but it's temporary. Growth requires space. Lately, I've been having lots of fun making bread and pastry and working with dough and yeast. And when you get that, so just say you're making rolls and you roll them up into little rolls, you have to give them space around it for the dough and the yeast to expand. And you'll only expand as much until the next thing that touches you that keeps you isolated. This is why we have to go and create space, right? Because we can't expand when someone is so close to us that they're blocking our growth. You can picture that, right? A bun rising on a plate, and it will only go as far as the other buns touch it. But if you leave it in the middle by itself, it will expand exponentially. When you first create a dough and you leave it to rest and it rises and doubles in size, it will only ever grow as far as the bowl that it's contained in. You leave it in a small container, it will stay small. Your spiritual awakening is like that. This is why God or the universe or your guides or whatever it is will take people away so that you can grow and expand and become more. Because they want to keep you small. And you don't deserve people in life that want to block you down and put you in a little bubble and say this is as far as you can go, no matter who they are. These changes happening inside you, you will fight for them. And yes, you'll grow through the cracks in many ways, but in order to fully experience, you have to break through them. This is where you go and seek like-minded communities. Because sometimes for things to grow, they need to be fed by other things. And that is more expansion, more knowledge, more wisdom, more experiences, greater conversations, connections, interactions, visualizations. Expansion of the mind is the greatest thing that you'll ever go through in this spiritual awakening process of the belief that nothing is contained. Everything is connected and everything works together however it needs to come. And then things will align up exactly as you need them to. You'll be fed these experiences, these wonders at each moment when you're ready for that next level of expansion. The right people will come into your path. You will go to events or be put in places to connect with greater mentors, greater leaders, greater connections, greater soul lessons. This is a part of the process of what your soul is here. To remember how great we are. Reconnect to God. Reconnect to that source power that lies within us and become the essence of everything we ever dreamed of. Your dreams and desires are unique. Every individual has separate dreams and desires. No one has the same thing. No one. Not even twins or triplets ever have the exact same dreams and desires. Each soul has them individually. And they're yours because you're the only one that can achieve them. Part of this pathway is to go and find things that you cannot fully see yet. You won't see the interactions or the soul connections or the aspect of where you're going until you are in that moment. And yes, it can feel lonely. It feels like you're driving in the dark without headlights. But magnetically, they will be attracted to you when you are ready or at the frequency of that expansion level within self. But it all starts with the rediscovery of who you are, beyond the expectations, beyond the patterns or the roles that you've carried for many years, beyond the mask that you've put on in order to be what you expect other people to be or want you to be in order to feel loved, seen, or heard. In spiritual awakening, the only person that you want to really see you and love you and hear you is yourself. And when you're connected to that, you find love that's equal. It's uplifting, it's inspiring, it is growing, it is evolving, it is everything it is meant to be. And it changes us. Growth changes us. Self-awareness certainly changes us. And the more you listen to your inner guidance, the more you will find the right people, the right conversations, and the right opportunities. They will start lining up right in front of you, one after the other. Many in ways you would never expect. Many so spontaneously you'll wonder how on earth you ended up exactly where you were meant to be. I know there have been many instances in my life where I've met people or been set in situations where I could have met them 100 times before, but it wasn't the right time. And from the right time, magic happens in many ways. And not everything is good and perfect, and not everything is everlasting, but they do have seasons and cycles and reasons to be connected, and that growth alters who you are, helps you evolve, rise up and ascend and become everything you're meant to be. You are exactly who you are. No one can define that for you. It's a discovery of self. You uncover it. The more you go within, the more you realize what your beliefs are. What are the thoughts you keep thinking? And if you don't like some of those beliefs, you start changing them by thinking new thoughts constantly. This is where affirmations and repetition comes in, because we can change beliefs. Because a lot of our beliefs are usually implanted onto us by other people. And they stop us becoming everything that we can. Values are something that are important to you. And we get taught values from our parents, from society, from school, from everyone else. And through the awakening period, you truly uncover what matters most to you. And it starts with self. And no, it's never selfish. The most selfless thing you can ever do is love yourself completely, unconditionally, accept all parts of you, good, bad, and otherwise, and really see who you are. Because who you are matters. If this conversation today has resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear it too. Until next time. Thanks for listening to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow us on Facebook with the links below. Until next time, trust your intuition and let your spirit soar.